everyone happy after some technical difficulties.
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.
We are doing it live. We do things live because we live in the now. We live. We are very, very lively, well-adjusted people who are in no way an expression of pain. So, what is the music today for the fuck up? What is the music today for E-War and PSYOP?
I think I've still got it set to the Muppets.
The Muppets are all right. I think that's pretty up there.
If that takes... Ones haven't we... Yeah,
Oops, I Did It Again would be really unfortunate to die to. Yeah.
All right. So I do believe that we are trying to make contact with our Emmerich.
Dr. Imrak.
Please select a landing zone.
All right.
Bring the car.
Deploying.
Fire, fire. Fire in the disco.
Fire in the disco. Fire in the Taco Bell.
Indeed. Studio 13's working on a Hunchback model.
Yes. Quite a number of people have been making really cool stuff. And it's always really humbling to see what people are capable of making. I always get blown away by it. It's one of those things where you make something, like a video, and then you assume nobody sees it. And then, years later, someone says, hey, I really enjoyed this, and I made some crazy thing for it. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
What version of this song is this?
It's the Max Robb version.
Yeah, I was gonna say this doesn't sound like Britney Spears. It sounds a little creepier.
Everyone's favorite Austrian who's obsessed with the Weimar era and its music.
Ah, excellent. Just good old creepy creep. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've never heard Max Robb, he's an interesting character.
He's a fun fella.
He is. I saw him in concert actually.
How was the show?
Well, I only saw half of it.
Only half.
Yeah, so we dressed to the nines in rented tailcoats and
Oh, of
gowns
course.
for our
Why?
dates.
Yeah. Why not?
We had made a reservation for a very nice Kansas City restaurant because that's where the show was at, and
Right.
did not make it in because they had overbooked. And we were getting pushed by like the mayor or something. So very much does not care who we are, how nice we're dressed. So we wound up at an Applebee's in tailcoats.
That's a bit surreal even for my tastes.
That poor fucking waitress. We're calling her over like, what wine pairs best with the bloomin' onion?
Yes, madam. What fried bologna do you have on tap?
Yeah, right. Just being complete fucking dicks about it. But I tipped her like fucking $80 for putting up with us. So
I would. Yes, if you
Yeah.
show up for top hats at Applebee's, that you better pay them well.
Yeah,
Wilm
and then-
says Wilm says don't dress for the meal you have. Dress for the meal you want. Oh, that's good. Thank you,
So-
Will.
we got to the show and I had to use the restroom. We were cutting it very close, and I wound up walking up to the actual usher about 3 minutes after the show began, and he refused to let me in until the half break.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
So I missed half the show. Was just listening to it through the metal swinging doors while playing sadly on my phone in a tailcoat. The very disco moment in my life.
I would say that is. I would say that's an extremely disco moment.
Remember what is it? C for binocular? No, not B. It's not N.
Is it V or F? Phenoculars or vinoculars?
It's fa. It's a hard fa.
Fa for Farsi.
Yeah.
C far.
Analysis complete.
I'm gonna steal that truck. That does look like a person.
Clouds approaching.
That's a pro. I don't know why it tells me shit.
Clowns approaching.
See, I would much rather know about clowns approaching than clouds.
Yeah, and as you know, Afghanistan is famously overcast.
Yes.
Famously not a sunny place. Not once.
Yeah, well, that's why it's such an agricultural seat, is because, you know, the rains are just all over the place.
Heavy regular rains of Afghanistan.
Yes.
Known for its water and its water polo.
Analysis complete.
So what are we even doing? Are we just running around stealing people again?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna steal some of these guys on my way to the base, where I'm going to steal all the teeny tiny Metal Gears.
You have to steal the tiny Metal Gears.
Uh-huh. And this
Now,
time I
that
need to not forget to bring the one that can talk out.
That sound in the background was not a helicopter. That sound in the background was Mower Guy.
Oh, nice.
Mower Guy. We had some company over the weekend, and I showed our company who visited the Mower Guy, because he, of course, drove by on the mower, which he uses as his prime means of locomotion throughout the town I live in.
Yeah.
And he has foregone normal cars. He has foregone walking. He is a mower man. He's it's like being a Dapper Dan man, you know, but for mowers.
And I'm so glad that the effective range on this is feet. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to have a gunfight across the fucking crate like it's the Naked Gun. As I
That's
just
one of my
slowly
favorite
advance on them,
series.
waiting for the thing
Yeah.
to turn red.
Oh yeah. Got to get closer. I wish you had the 45 with that I wish you had the 45 with the barb or spear point in it.
Yeah.
So you could shoot them and they scream what the fuck, and then the other end is connected to the balloon.
Yeah, the OSS bigot.
Detected. The map has been updated.
You just got to grab them with it.
Don't mind me. Nope. Kids won't ever notice the balloon rising from behind the building. Like, half the camouflage they use is Russian, like, post-Soviet.
Don't worry about it.
He's coming too. Roger that.
And my 5 cents on Xenonauts 2, they're already hearing everything they did wrong from thousands of people, and they are fixing it. It seems like they're taking everything that's limited in it. They're going to make time missions go the fuck away because that's some XCOM crap. Like, go find the 5 goofy spears in 5 seconds or the aliens win. And it's like, yeah, that's never fit Xenonauts. That's something Newcom did just to force some engagement on the players from just steamrolling the map. It's a very poor game mechanic, and that is thankfully going away. They're also probably going to make it a lot slower burn, which is what people wanted. People kind of wanted a slow escalation, not up tech in 3 months or you're dead. As well, there's some timed missions, and I don't mind reinforcements, like the enemy continually calling reinforcements once you've been made. I think that's a great plan. The issue is that even though you haven't been made, there are still time missions. Like, the enemy's going to send and scramble all these guys, and I'm like, they haven't seen me yet. So what's the point?
Have I shown you my patented way to clear out an entire base without moving from a single place?
Is it helicopter related?
No, it is not. It is sneaky. You can do it without ever being seen, without having an alert.
All right, let's see it.
We'll do it on this next base.
All right, we'll do it live.
Leave the rest to us.
I even bring the Phantom Cigar. We may need the Phantom Cigar. Oh yeah, there's a guy up here, isn't there? Wrong button. That seems like it would break your knees, right?
Probably, yes. I think Snake would be shorter every time you did it.
The reverse Goomba stomp.
I think I think he'd do that and his legs would be like forced straight, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he'd walk like Cotton Hill, you know? I shot my shins off in WW2.
Oh, good lord. And
His
he's done
knees
with
just
this
explode. Yep, just steal that. That's normal. That's also an anchor point, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you always pull from the bodywork.
Bodywork is very strong.
It's not like there's actual anchor points built into the bumpers.
Don't worry about that. Just put her around the spare tire.
Extraction of
So we look at the fake motion blur on the tires. Going the right way. I do appreciate that the Russians get a radio, but I just have a jerry can.
Yeah, you don't need a radio. You need diesel.
Well, my fuel can there isn't even hooked up. Like there's no holder. It's just there.
No, it's just resting on the ledge. Don't drive too fast now. Maybe it's magnetic. It's got some like neodymium magnets in there, and it's just Livinian 762 donated $6.90. Nice.
Yeah, just attach the balloon to the side mirror. Exactly.
Yeah, it's glued on. They just put some epoxy and went just a blob of tar and just stuck it there.
development complete.
Hold on, I gotta crouch. I'm sneaky.
Analysis.
Gotta watch out for your gas magnets.
Analysis.
So I look at
All
these
right,
people
so-
from 50 feet away.
Analysis complete.
I think it's gross that Snake just looks at people and he's like, that guy's really strong. You know, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That guy looks like he talks really pretty. And you're like, Snake. It's creepy, bud.
And it is.
All right,
Okay,
so-
we're doing this on the main base, not on this one. This one doesn't have.
That guy's alert. He's like, I'm upset. I'm startled.
He has one startle.
He's had one heckin' scare.
Remember, they're outside effective range, but they have no drop. So I guess it just, after a certain amount of time, the tranquilizer goes bad.
Yeah, in the air, the tranquilizer is only good for about 3 to 5 seconds, as you know.
Outpost captured.
Word. Gunner.
All right, so you're just snatching up all of the enemy from Afghanistan.
Uh-huh.
You're just grabbing them.
Entire VDV regiment.
You know, it'd make you wonder, like, if you were, I don't know, battalion commander, and they're like, hey, this whole regiment disappeared.
Yeah, you've got 30% casualties, which is widely considered just appalling even in offensive operations.
Combat loss grouping is just completely overboard. There's no integrity left. It's completely eaten. No
And
capability.
they're all MIA. You've never
Yeah.
found a body.
You don't find a speck of blood. You just find like cigarettes and boot prints, and they're just gone.
And a rifle.
Yeah. I hear a truck coming.
Me too.
I hear the sound of diesel.
What kind of truck?
Enemy presence detected.
A stealable truck?
Yep, big truck.
Here comes Ural.
Come down here. Bitch.
You know, I hate to say this, but if he slammed on the brakes on that thing, serpentine. Good God. I was gonna say, if you stamped and stood on the brakes on that thing, it would stop in 3 years.
Yeah.
Send a vehicle to investigate. Vehicle disappears. Next vehicle coming down the road, like a T-55 rolling with a hatch open, sees a Ural go up on a balloon, and it's like, let's leave.
I want to know, because allegedly the helicopter's what's recovering all this. We hear a very quick helicopter noise, right? How in the fuck is it recovering the tanks and the Urals?
If it's an Mi-26, it could do it.
It appears to be our little stealth Blackhawk.
Nope, not gonna do it. You could take a 105 with that. You could take like half a Humvee. Like you'd have to, like cut it in half really neat, and then like have some bolts and put it back together.
Yeah, like the parade jeeps that they disassemble in front of you and then put back in.
I remember seeing it was a clip from years ago at a car show,
Please select
and they were showing off how easy it was to put this car together, and then somebody in the audience screamed, "Drive it," and they all started to look really nervous. They were like, "Look how easy this is to manufacture. Look how simple this is to work on." They're like, "Drive it. Come on, you hand tighten all those bolts. Start it." And people just kind of look nervously sideways and are like,
Is that a T4 personnel ship? The T3?
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's sufficient. I'm sure it's more than okay. Never mind that all this has like RFID and markers on it. Pet the dog.
Gotta pet the dog. Now that I got that, I need resupply of ammo.
Imagine if these weren't being picked up and it was just vehicles floating around Afghanistan on balloons, and occasionally a balloon pops for some reason, and then just this T-55 comes crashing down with skeletons in it.
It just smacks into Kabul.
Yeah, the Russians look, "Ah! That went missing months ago."
The Mujahideen is dropping tanks on us.
I knew they were up to no good. I knew they had a balloon program.
It just tows the ballooned vehicle back to base. The balloon does all the lifting. It's got a giant spinny thing on the back. I don't think it's towing shit.
Don't worry about it.
Are they
I
completing
wouldn't
the
worry
search?
about it. Yeah, they were like, didn't look, didn't see anything. Done and done.
Ah, asked and answered, man.
marker removed.
It's a good thing the enemy doesn't have an air force to shoot all those balloons down. I think they've got like a couple not quite Mi-24s flying around.
Extraction
Oh yeah, they are to the Mi-24 as Rambo 3 is to the Mi-24.
Yeah.
Talk about a movie that hasn't aged well. At the very end, it says dedicated to the brave fighters of the Mujahideen. And you're like, oh boy. I saw somebody doing a breakdown of Rambo 3, and they were like, this is not historically realistic. And I'm like, it's Rambo.
Yeah.
It's not a real person.
It's not even the first Rambo, it's the third.
First Rambo is fairly reasonable as a movie. It's more the story of somebody coming back from war and finding out that, there's no place for him in society. He's just this wandering guy passing through. Much like The Man with No Name. Just somebody passing through on their way to go do stuff.
Yep. There we go. I had to turn off on the little dirt road.
And Wilf, I agree. I'm not saying they aren't brave. I'm just saying it was unfortunate how things turned out. And I think that we all enjoy movies that are just brain-off movies. I have several movies I call brain-off movies, where I'm like, that movie Sunshine. It's a brilliantly shot film. And the whole objective of the movie Sunshine is we have to go nuke the sun back into being good.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes. I love the spacesuit design in that movie as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the movie Outland, mainly because it's one of the few appearances of the Browning B-2000 shotgun in film. And you get to see basically Space Station 13 for real. Sean Connery has a shotgun fight in a spacesuit on a space station. Outland is a great movie.
He's sick.
Is he sick?
No, he's sick.
Oh, I thought you were saying that guy up there is sick, and I was gonna say is the prescription balloon. Yeah, he's like shit sick the whole movie. He goes around and bitches that all of his people are useless, and they are, obviously. But then he goes around and does all the dumb stuff that you'd expect.
Yeah.
The map has been updated.
You know, I would think that running would make the ketamine or whatever we're hitting them with work faster.
It probably would. And I think that Red Letter Media said it really well with the movie Predator, is that Predator is one of the best films ever made because you can watch it with the sound off and know what's going on. You don't have to speak English to understand that film. You can watch it with no soundtrack, nothing, and you get what's going on every scene. Everything is very visually conveyed, and quite well.
Guard post captured. The map has been updated.
It keeps giving me all these cool words. I want dumb words. I don't want gunner and machine gun. Need like calypso. Give me the word calypso.
Oh, that's a good one.
Anything else I can lock here?
Steal that cod. That looks like
I
a
would
good
if I
heavy
could.
frame cod. That's a good heavy frame cod. Those are good.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
canvas.
look, these tires have plenty of tread on them.
They have good tread. They're a bit, octagonal, but I guess they'll round off with use.
I'm not sure what's in these boxes, but since they're unlabeled.
Yeah, Sir Shagio says you can see the sexual Tyrannosaurus without hearing it. I added a British accent because Sir David Attenborough makes everything classy.
He does.
I was watching. We had some guests over, and they liked dinosaurs a lot, so they were watching his dinosaur presentation, which is pretty good. Now, I'm not huge into dinosaurs, but I'm like, yeah, I'll watch this. And I just realized that Sir David Attenborough, could just make shit up, and no one would call him out on it. Mm-hmm. He'd be like, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, known for its atomic breath ray. And he'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Jeep. I'm driving the Jeep.
Good evening, Hamster of Wrath. Hamster, British accents make everything classier, except English breakfast. That needs to sound like somebody from, Barnsley, Beans, simple as.
Is it not the mission I thought it was? Well, maybe it is.
Are you gonna steal people now?
Oh, we're stealing all the people.
A power substation, huh?
Help. Do a
Wonder
lot
what
of
would
interesting work here.
Yeah, just go drain that coolant tank that's filled with oil and wait.
Analysis complete.
These guys were actually this skilled. Why the fuck are they on guard duty?
They probably did something really dumb. Like, they were like, wouldn't it be funny if we tipped over that porta-john? And now they're gonna go to jail. They just don't know it yet.
It
I
turns
love how your
out-
binoculars. I love how your binoculars have a microphone in them.
Yeah. Yep.
It goes like, "What's going on?"
Analysis complete.
Yeah, but it's not like the cool what's going on. It's not like, hey man,
What's
what's
going
on?
on?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, yeah. Four non-blondes. In Deputex, we are both fine. We're the AI that has replaced both.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot that guy. Shoot
did.
him in his feelers. He's gonna wake the other guy up with a hammer or something. He's like, what was that? Oh, time to pass out.
You've made it to Surat Power Plant. Emmerich should be beyond the gate at the northern edge
Who cares? Send this man to space. There should be an option where you can use the recovery balloon and then the lethal balloon. And the lethal balloon takes him up to 80,000 feet and then pops.
Yeah, or it just doesn't stop. Just
English
hangs up there.
noblemen are called Northobobs. Look, it's just a little bit of Fulton. Don't worry about it.
I can hawk all this shit. I'm stealing it for sure. Cost me 5,000 gross military product per balloon. I'm getting a return of like 7 grand on each I sell. It's great. I'm printing money.
Sunshine, yes. The lethal balloon could take you to just 100 feet and pop, but it wouldn't be as funny. I want it to do the Wile E. Coyote impact when it hits the ground, you know? Where there's the huge cloud, just boof, and people are like, where did that come from? Especially if it's days later.
Yeah.
Snake should have an option for doing just really weird psyop missions. Where he just brings people one after another that he's stunned and knocked out, you know? And as he's done that, he just leaves them in a chair in front of the Russian commander's house, just facing it. So when that guy comes out of his door in the morning, he's face to face with like a frozen corpse. Every day.
Every day, just new ones show up.
New one. Oh, look, there's Chippy.
Howdy, Chippy.
Chippy, we were just saying that everything in England sounds classier with David Attenborough's accent, but he needs to sound like, you know, someone from Barnsley if it's talking about, you know, full English breakfast.
So here's my
The
secret.
Beast of Barnsley. Yep, that's Chippy. Yeah, David Attenborough, Sean Bean, both are very able narrators.
Sean Bean would be an interesting one. Yep.
Hopefully he wouldn't die. I really like English breakfast because you get all the meats and then you have some ass fuel if you need it. Yeah, you get a little bit of everything. English breakfast just might as well be called fried things.
Subject on board. Leave the rest
German breakfast is pretty good.
German breakfast? You mean cold cuts or the map of Poland with a knife in it?
No, I'm talking about the delicate little pastries and stuff that they'll do.
That's more Austrian, isn't it?
I don't know, probably.
Because when I went to Germany, everything was cold cuts. Every breakfast I had, it was just like, yeah, here's the breakfast meats. And I'm like, all right.
Very different experience.
Well, yeah. I mean, Germany is also larger than where both of us could see everything. I went to Bachrach and a few other places. I love those old Rhine cities. I think they're pretty cool.
I did a little bit of hiking down in the Alps. The German portion right near. Oh god, you're gonna run over here? Don't run over here. You don't need to. You're fine. Look. Yeah, see? Check him out.
I had thought about doing a history vehicle, or history episode rather, but also a storytelling vehicle in a sense of some of the militaries people don't really know about. Like Liechtenstein, how they have like a platoon of guys and always have, you
Yeah.
know? And they... I remember one of the funniest things I ever read was that they had a military exercise and they left with 40 men and they came back with 41 because they'd made a friend.
They also an issue where Switzerland keeps accidentally invading them.
Yeah, and they just calmly walk them back. Like, please don't do that again. I'd appreciate it. Like, they go on exercises and their military crosses over and they're like, uh-oh, you owe us wine. Like, it's like hide and seek. I still have one of those sandbags of Yorkshire tea.
Is that a good or a bad thing that you still got it?
Oh, I'm working through it. Chippy just sent in basically 2 sandbags, like bullet-stopping sandbags full of Yorkshire tea. So every time I feel like I need tea, it's there.
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, and that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone.
Snake, what is going on? Yeah. I remember doing that several times in the game, running through stuff, and then the guy just does the slow motion, and you die laughing.
Yeah.
The whole time it happens, because he's like, Snake, I have something important to tell you. It's so...
Bar and...
Yeah.
Oh, hey, truck. Fine. That cost me 10,000 GMP to steal the truck.
Please,
Yeah, gotta use your GIMP dollars.
supplies,
Yeah, if only there was like a standardized currency that was pretty well accepted the entire world over. That was
If
a
only.
set
If only.
unit.
If only.
drop complete.
If only there were an international currency or denomination that was accepted on all markets, both normal and clandestine. Oh well.
I'm sure he just didn't want to pay the treasury for the copyright on the word dollar.
He could have used it like, he could have been like, Merc bucks! It's Merc dollars! He could have used Krogerrand, he could have used, diamonds. Just say, oh, it's diamonds, you need this many diamonds to buy this.
Yeah.
Extraction
Could have
arrived.
done all of those things, but he did not.
Hey, look, we stole the UAZ 469. Yeah. This is like a swap meet in Texas. We just picked all that shit up.
Yeah, Canadian
it's-
Tire Fun Bucks.
Yeah, Canadian Tire Fun dollars. You can buy lots of things.
Can you drive or take the forklift? Nope.
God, I wish.
I would have a lot of forklifts if I could. They're all over the place.
Forklifts are great. And if you steal the forklifts, then they have to pallet things around. Why did you come through the door if it's just that easy? Why didn't you just come in on that?
Oh, they opened the gate.
Who opened the gate?
The truck did.
What?
Yeah, the truck opened the gate without stopping. And somehow they did it without, seeing me, who was picking the lock right there. Yeah, this is not the mission I thought it was.
Ah, yes, AI in the 80s. I'm sure that was really good. Days.
You could probably program a control program for that in like binary. But it would take 40 years to compile. It would be really stable.
Insert tape 47. Stand by reading.
You've got a soldier with a backpack of punch cards that follows the left leg around and just keeps inserting them.
Adds a near permanent parsing screen.
Oh no, you threw the crippled guy down the stairs.
This is how you show he's cruel.
Yep. Yep, and he wet himself. Family tradition.
Oh, Kojima.
Yep. Wasn't it yours before? He built it for you. Did he have to take off the hat?
He had to show he was bald. He's like, I'm the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, like that mask really reduces any menace that this character could potentially have had.
Mi amo es Zorro.
Take him to the base. Yes, sir. Transporting Emmerich to the base camp and returning to base.
What? That looks uncomfortable as fuck to use.
Oh, it is. I never touch it, but
You need to squat over in a pooping motion, and then you... careful.
isn't that the guy from Resident Evil? Yes.
Resident Eagle? Yes. Caw!
Hey, fresh okra? Fantastic.
That sounds nice.
Why are these guys using Soviet trucks?
I don't know. Who the fuck are they and why do I care? There's a better
That
question.
soldier was like staring at me.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't allowed to say anything. The guy with the Zorro mask is gonna beat his ass.
Why would you put that thing on rails?
Don't worry about it. Ah, yes, they hid it behind a thin sheet metal door. That'll secure it. So what are you supposed to do? You witnessed all this? You witnessed this guy push a guy down the stairs.
Yep. There we go. We had to do this side mission before we could go do the real mission.
No doubt about it, boss. That man is your extraction target. Emmerich.
Well, yeah, like, didn't we work for him for like a decade?
Who was with it?
Don't worry about it. Shut up.
I should know him.
He was transferred to
No, you have to make contact with him.
marked it on the map. Make your way to that base camp.
Worry about all that encapsulated metal in your brain pan?
Has been updated.
Yeah, how's that doing, by the way?
It's probably pretty metal. Yeah.
That's an enemy gunship. The single version
Is it?
with machine gun can
Man, that sucks.
tread carefully, boss.
Wish I could capture those. I would totally balloon a helicopter out of the sky.
You can, if you balloon the cargo container under the helicopter, it'll smash them.
Really?
Yeah, I had that happen once. I had that happen once. Where I had, what was it? We had because you have to basically get a cargo container, and then you have to time it just right because there's that little bit where the balloon goes up for like a second. And as the balloon goes up for a second, like the helicopter has to be passing at a certain frame, right? And then as it's passing at a certain frame, it gets jerked up and into it. And it goes, yeet! And then it blows the shit out of it. Sounds like Depp had something going on. And that's fine. So we're going to sit here and make commentary. Oh, American imperialists. Wow. Survived, has a horn in his head, and he fights like a man? Who's seen this? Who's seen this fucking guy? Everyone who's seen us is either 6 feet under or is now flying through the air for extended periods of time. Perhaps to be later picked up by a helicopter. Maybe. We don't know. But yeah, you can absolutely yeet vehicles into passing helicopters, but you have to wait and see their patrol pattern, which is one of the things you have to watch. The patrol pattern goes around. Depp, you back?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was telling him about how to basically get that patrol helicopter smashed, and you have to wait and see its patrol pattern, and then have a vehicle or a container under it, and then wait for the balloon to do the jerk motion right under it. It takes about 100 tries. It's really not worth it.
But you
When you
can't
pull it
down
off
a
one-
helicopter that way?
Yes, but it's really dumb. It's not great.
Where did all these dudes come from? Like, I cleared this base completely.
Wow, this base has no one left on it, and everyone's disappeared mysteriously. Well, I suppose we should just kind of ignore it and bring more guys, I guess.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah, like, especially since apparently... do they just have a spotlight on my Jeep?
Probably. They're probably like, whose Jeep is that?
Clouds approaching.
Oh.
You gonna extract him?
I guess I'm going to extract him. Do you know why, Ocelot? Because it's fucking funny. That's why. I extract these people, and then as soon as they're extracted, I fire them from my base so the Soviets think they deserted. They can't go back to their home country. You happy now?
Subject on board.
Seems like everyone had themselves a fall down.
Yeah, you should come investigate with your flashlight. With your super powerful 80s flashlight that can totally reach across like that.
You never know.
Super powerful 80s Soviet flashlight, excuse me.
I know. I'm cringing internally as I said that. When I said you never know, I know you know. It's not good. Soviet flashlights are probably enough to read the report that you're in trouble on. That's probably as much as can be.
Yeah, like I've got that truck, it's got a spotlight on it. I replaced the headlights with modern bulbs because I wanted to be able to see. But I left the spotlight as the original, and it doesn't even make the bumper bright. That's how weak that spotlight is.
How dare you? That spotlight is more than normal.
It's like a
That's-
6-inch round map reading light.
That is horrible. I'm just laughing already because I once had Soviet optics. I had two scopes, and one of my scopes was more or less a 4/6 throw, standard kind of mounting scope. It was Belarusian. And it has a little lamp in there for to light up the reticle.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I put it up, you flip a switch, and it's like a wall switch. It's like a big metal wall switch. Click. And it goes on, and lo and behold, the reticle is bright as shit. And I'm like, wow, what a really ghetto way to make a illuminated sight. And then I was like, God, my eye hurts. And I put the scope down, and I realized that it was casting light out of both ends. Like a light in a room. And I was like, oh, that's bad. That's real bad. That is not a good scope.
No, that's not a good sign.
Well, then there's Russian night vision, which is a whole subject in itself. My experiences are with later gen systems, and you have some experiences with the fun ones that can blind you and give you eye cancer.
Oh yeah, yeah. The stuff they're using in the Metal Gear 2 Russian bad guy that everybody remembers so well, which is
Subject on board.
all they have is the actual optic part. They don't have the 30-pound lead acid battery, which is required to power that thing, or the spotlight required to see anything. ENV 57. If they are Generation 1, then they are very, very poor Generation 1. I think they're Gen 0, though. They were meant for tank commanders to, like, be able to tell the driver, hey, you're about to hit this thing by looking over the side. Yeah, I've had some experience with weapon-mounted scopes. Afghanistan era stuff, that's all very crap.
I can imagine. I mean, yeah.
It's Generation 2, but it's equivalent to like American late Generation 1 in capability. your TVS2 Starlight scope and that kind of thing. You can't do anything for him.
You gotta extract him.
Hey, guess what?
Caution. Sandstorm approaching.
And this guy's having a bad day. All units on alert. We've lost communications with the base.
Yeah, I wonder how. It's very suspicious. It's like people just keep disappearing.
Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect. Head for the base camp.
The map has been updated.
I kind of wish I hadn't stolen that truck now, because I could have used it.
That boss?
Not the base.
That giant weapon system that disappeared into the cave? I've heard it was the Kremlin's biggest secret. But to think that doctor has been
How many big stupid robots is the Kremlin gonna make? Because they had the Shagahad one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, what if we, instead of building a competent ICBM with the technology we have, what if we instead, you know, as you will, what if instead, we didn't do that, and we built like a giant land train with screws, not wheels. Wheels are so yesterday. Screws. I want it to screw the ground up. Get it? Because it... Anyways, let's build it and never ask again.
Never do anything with that ever again.
Never, ever ask for any reason. Never.
Please select a drop point.
Please don't ask questions. Look, I want to build land train. I want the land train that screws things, and I want screwy land train. I want it to go faster. So instead of bigger screws, let's just forget we use screws for a minute and put some rocket boosters on there. No, you heard me straight. Well, no, it can't be screws the whole way because the ass end has to be a hovercraft. So I want to screw hovercraft with rocket engines.
I thought
No,
that
I'm not
part also
crazy.
had treads on it.
Don't worry about it. So I want screw hovercraft wheelie rocket train to chuck a 1950s missile slightly further horizontally. Because chucking an IRBM through the atmosphere is the fastest way to get it there. Not up. Up is dumb. We need to go horizontal faster-er. The faster-erest we can do. We need just horizontal. Now, get working on rocket screw. Why are you laughing? Stop doing that.
Rocket screw tread tank. Ugh. Yeah.
It needs a 5-mile runway to get a running start. So start building those everywhere. This is a mobile weapon system. Quit laughing. Why are you making fun of me?
Analysis.
It's over with for every rail and road network in the country.
Could you imagine that thing going along the rail?
Yeah, like it's just moving slowly through all these little Belarusian towns to get to the next fucking runway. And
You just hear
there's
things-
a
you
tarp
just hear-
over the top that doesn't cover anything, like a normal sized tarp.
You just hear crunching as it goes along, and you're like, what is that? What is that? It's like, don't worry about it. What? Why is the ground all fucked up? Don't worry about it.
Just fall asleep. Just fall asleep.
Just fall asleep.
Fall asleep. Sleepy
Calm
time.
down.
Post captured.
All right. So I got the Phantom Cigar for no reason, because it forces us into night.
The objective is to help
Yes, I know what the objective is. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You be quiet.
Ocelot's just pissed that he went from cool cat meow dude wearing a red beret, and he's like half on his way to creepy grandpa that you can't wear shorts around.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Ocelot, Metal Gear Solid is the story of a young man who wanted to be a cowboy. And by the end, he became a Soviet cowboy. Not exactly what he wanted, but you can't let your memes be dreams.
Snake is too cool for cool. Ocelot had that beret on too tight. Way too tight. Wait, did I stick somebody in the tank?
Chippy said, "Comrade Cowboy." Guy comes out with a heavy Russian accent. Yippee skippy. Someone needs to round up the steers.
Did I eject all
There
of them
is
into a
snake
tank?
in my boots.
Oh, good lord.
Bliat, here comes tornado. I would have made him just a fabulous 70s cowboy with like the fringe
okay.
jacket, you know, big sideburns.
Oh, absolutely. If you're gonna
Yeah.
do the cowboy thing, you gotta do.
I
gotta do it
possess
straight.
big iron on hip. I shoot.
I was born in the Dallas of America.
I was born in Dallas, America.
One laser pointer and Ocelot schemes are done.
Development project
And
has been
who thought that him meowing like a cat was going to be cool?
Comrade, I hear you are not from these parts, and we have certain regime you must be aware of. This town does not possess sufficient room for two of us. One of us must die.
analysis.
Hat with many gallons.
The map has been updated.
Here is my 40-liter hat.
Oh, good lord.
I would die laughing if they had Ocelot be less serious. He needs to be a less serious character, considering how stupid he is.
He really does.
I think if Ocelot was really dumb, but he's like, hey, I just like cowboy shit, and he's really good with it, people would be like, okay, that's an interesting character with a niche hobby, right?
Yeah.
But when you do super hard serious, like, you gotta know the difference between a gunfight and reloading, and it's like, yeah, one of them's bang bang and one of them's oh shit, you know? Fairly simple.
I mean, it becomes clear that we're not the market audience anymore. We were like 20 years ago. And that's fine.
You, comrade, are 12 kilograms of excrement in 4-liter Yushanka.
Oh god, I've actually had an animal shit in my Yushanka. I threw it away.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd laid it with the, upside down on the ground outside my tent, and I came back and there was diarrhea just all over it from like a raccoon. I left it there. I'll buy a new one.
I remember one time I went over to somebody's house, and I smelled. Yeah, well, the whole house smelled like ass. Like, it smelled like just ass. Like, the whole house smelled like asshole. Like, if there was a candle that Glade Candle made, and it was just ass, like, that was written on the side of it, their house would smell like that. And I said, what's that smell? And they said, I don't know. I put my coat down, their cat came up and just pissed all over it. And I was like, that's the smell. And they said their cat was very territorial. And I was like, uh-huh. So I had to constantly push the cat away from me because the cat's favorite hobby was just pissing on things.
Including people.
Yeah. I think they'd just given up. Like, well, it's a piss house now. A pouse, if you will.
Yeah, I've been in those.
They were like, well, I fought the cat and the cat won.
drop complete.
Man, it's almost like, you know, we've got pockets all over that we could put extra suppressors in so I didn't have to do this all the time. But Snake doesn't think ahead. He's allergic.
Imagine, if you will, a heavy Russian accent singing
Post captured.
The House of the Rising Sun.
I bet I can probably find it.
I heard Ring of Fire sung in Farsi, and I was like, I dig it. I heard it and I was like, is that Johnny Cash? Yup. I was like, man, the man in black gets around.
Have you ever heard of Los Colorados, a Ukrainian
Yeah.
band?
Yes.
I've got one of their albums. I like to move it. Their
Oh,
Duhast
man.
cover is wonderful if you guys have never heard it. I thought I had
Richard-
them on here.
My go-to for silly covers is Richard Cheese, which makes me kind of a basic bitch for that.
No, Richard
But-
Cheese is fine. He's great.
It's kind of like when people get into metal, I don't know a lot about metal at all. I know some bands, but obviously not enough about metal. I know some, but not enough. The one thing I learned is that if you are not even a metalhead, but you know a thing or two about metal, if you say, I like Death Clock, you know, Murderocalypse, like, people are like, yeah, that's fair. Like, it's more than enough to know the basic bitch stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's more than enough. And it's like, and what's fine with that is Death Clock actually covers and makes fun of a lot of different styles of metal. So you'll say, oh, I liked this one. And they go, oh, that's kind of a send up of X. And then you end up getting kind of a way to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. It's just sitting here, guarding a Connex box.
Yeah.
Mine now. You know, it's
Yeah.
almost like there's lifting points on a Connex box.
Don't worry about it. None of this gets moved by a crane ever.
Analysis complete.
God, there's a lot of people just walking around at night.
With PKMs. Yeah, you know. When you're having a patrol in the dark, you of course want to take the light machine gun so that when something happens, you are blind and they are blind and everyone is deaf.
Yeah, you can burn out the tubes on your Gen Zero system.
You're like, I see nothing. It's one of those things where I always tell people, like in Colonial Marines, I say it in Xenonauts, ATF, always throw flares.
Yep.
And in this era of night operations, magnesium flares would certainly counter any night scope they had instantly.
Oh yeah.
It'd be like, oh, they have their night vision on? Really? Is it strapped on tight? Cool. Light the flare, and they're just like screaming.
Supply drop complete. Enemy presence detected. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
It's okay. The dog will tell me there's people nearby. I don't need my info team. Look, it's a people.
How would an info group of people get you live intel other than if they were in a plane circling? Because spy satellites back in this time were not exactly immediate. It'd be like, well, we gotta go get the film, Snake. We gotta go
Oh no,
fish
that one fell in the Pacific.
Oh, it'll be a week. We gotta get it out of the water, and then we gotta get that capsule back to land, and then, well, we gotta high contrast these for a bit, and oh, there's a base there, Snake. We saw it. We're pretty sure there's a missile in it. And you're like, I've already been in there on foot, and he's like, oh, well, we need another $4 billion, please.
Yeah, tell me what was in there then. So we can start the file.
Enemy prison
Yeah,
detected. The map has been updated.
intelligence by mail.
You're not wrong.
I wish you could just call down a crate of landmines that burst open in the middle of the road. Like, just
yeah.
willy-nilly. Yeah, haphazardly. Just,
Yep, call in the fucking mine volcano for the side of your Blackhawk, which is a thing they had if you've never seen a volcano mine layer.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You could just go around and be like, hey, you know what? Nobody gets feet today.
Has been updated.
I wish there was a mod to, like, make your companions weirder. Like, you know that horse you ride? I think it'd be cooler if it was a giraffe.
Oh yeah.
Because think about it, the giraffe could lay its head over a wire, and you could just run up the neck and get over it. I know that's not how they work, but imagine if you could mash a button
could
and the
be.
giraffe... Oh, yeah, it could be. Imagine... Oh, that's hilarious. You see them riding around
Yep.
through the wall, and you just see somebody, like, hunched over. That's how people appeared to me in Cyberpunk 2077. Like, there was no car. It was people going down the road making a face.
The same model as the one in the cave? Looks like they're about ready to start deploying it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
this looks ready for deployment.
I'm sure that this will change the war. Is the guy exposed in any way? No. Does it have any capabilities over a vehicle? No. Oh, well... That's weird. Better shoot that light out.
Oh yeah, I gotta use real bullets for lights. Forgot.
Yeah, you have to... Oh, he's getting on that, because he's like, today's my day. Things are coming up, Ivan. He's like, what is that? That's a coma. Nap.
Okay. It's okay. It's all okay. It's all coming up, Ivan. You're good. Ah,
Extraction failed.
Oh man, that sucks. So, anyways, you stole the robots, right?
I did.
So, what are you gonna do with them?
Oh, first I need to get this guy out here. I'm gonna sell them. I'm going to sell them to the highest bidder because I don't.
There's going to be some Habsburg who literally gets in. He's like, I am done with walking on my own, mama.
Well, good for him because I sell the Conqueror's missiles separately. I forgot that I fucked up my suppressor.
Don't worry about it. What's he gonna do? Call the robots for backup?
Probably. There's more of them.
Watch out! Call the Stompy Boys.
All right. Need some of that there.
Supplies requested.
See, that's good. Yeah, more of that. Jesus.
Supply drop complete.
I hear an alarm.
Yeah. You lost visual contact. Did that just burn up in the power lines? No. Okay.
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. That's
I've
just
been
a
signed out forcibly.
Oh.
I need
You should bring out that Model 29.
Please select supply
The quietest gun ever made.
I hate the suppressors in this game.
You know, I've run suppressors before. I've shot a lot of them. And I laugh at the idea of a suppressor burning out in like a dozen shots. Unless it was made out of like a toothpaste tube, you know?
Yes.
I've seen some poor suppressors, of course, baffle strikes and what have you, not working as well. And of course, some of the, ow, Hail Cargonia. Hail Cargonia! Does this helicopter need some Gustav?
It's gonna get Gustav, yeah.
It's time to get out the goose tube.
No, you don't.
Oh, wow. They're finally using something nice. Send that bionic arm up into the rotors.
Fuck you.
When the helicopter makes the Jetson sound, it's broken.
That helicopter is very broken.
That helicopter's not coming back.
And they're not going to send another. Oh boy. They should go check out the helicopter crash.
analysis complete.
He's got his helmet on. He's a good little soldier.
Tube.
And all of this because of one measly little gunshot. And if this were Iraq, they wouldn't have even thought anything of it.
They'd have been like, oh, it's a wedding. They would have said, what a poor wedding. Only one gunshot? Not even the whole magazine, not a belt? I feel sorry for that guy.
Yeah,
They would have
doesn't
been like
a lot
that,
of
oh.
friends.
He has no friends with AKs, no friends with PKMs, no friends with RPDs, RPKs. You know, no douchkas, nothing. Not even a single anti-aircraft gun. This guy is sad.
Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Fucker.
What's crazy is, remember what I showed you? I believe it was the Algerian weddings, where the guys do the shotgun dance.
Yeah.
They have shotguns that they flip around and jump over and flip up and down and are shooting just blanks off. And I'm like, man, come on. Come on, that is cool. That is just too cool.
Well, and those are clearly just black powder stuffed down the barrel.
I don't care. I think that is cool.
Well, no, yeah, that's perfectly cool. I just, from the scorch marks.
Oh yeah, I mean, I pointed out the scorch marks all over that guy's house. You know, I had a funny thought. You know, at a military funeral, there's a 21 gun salute, right?
Uh-huh.
And typically it's 7 rifles, each firing 3 blanks. Yes?
Yeah.
What if you had one where it was one guy with a full auto M16, puts in a 20-round Vietnam magazine, rattles the whole thing off, and then draws his pistol and shoots one?
Okay, so I can do you one better.
Okay.
21 gun salutes are often a part of law enforcement funerals.
Yeah, yeah.
And I attended, as a representative of my agency, a law enforcement funeral way out in the sticks one time. And this was a bunch of small city departments. They didn't have enough people for a 21 gun salute in their own department.
Oh no.
So they had 3 different agencies there. Some of them had pump action shotguns, some of them had ARs.
Oh no.
They couldn't find shotgun blanks.
Oh no.
They'd never practiced.
Oh boy.
Hold on.
Oh, of course. And now he needs a wheelchair. So this is your method. Just keep turning the lights off and waiting.
Yep. So,
All right.
So they set up at the graveside to do their 21 gun salute. And they're using birdshot and the shotguns because that's what they decided to do. They've set up under an oak tree right by the graveside. Taps gets played. It's been a normal funeral up to this point. And they decide to do the 21 gun salute after taps. And I hear 7 individual shots over like a probably 5-second period. And there's just branches and leaves raining down on everybody because they fired the shotguns into the tree. And the detail commander says fire again. And he says fire a third time, but it was just continuous fire the entire way.
So it was just kind of like, I'm going to keep squeezing the trigger until I feel better.
Yeah, because the guys with the pump shotguns couldn't keep up with the pace at which he was saying fire, but the semi-auto guys with the ARs could.
Yes, a 19.5 gun deforestation.
Yeah, it was something. We'll do the 21 gun salute with field guns for like heads of state and things like that, but for just veteran or non-general officer funerals, we'll only use rifles.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was a 21 gun salute with muskets. So you have 7 guys with muskets. They all fire. Acrid smoke cloud. Everyone's coughing. And then everyone ramrods home more stuff, and you have to wait politely about 20 to 30 seconds, depending on the people's, of course, close drill.
Yeah.
And then it happens again. I went to a gun range once where a guy asked, like, what are your restrictions? And of course the guy was like, well, nothing armor piercing, no rifle cartridges, just a pistol range. He's like, oh, can I bring, a 44? And they're like, oh, no problem. What he didn't tell them is it was a black powder 4440. So it is a cartridge, but is a black powder cartridge. So he was in the booth next to me, and he gets through the cylinder. And by the time he gets through the cylinder, everyone has left the gun range. Like, everyone's eyes were burning. We all smelled like we'd been in a fire. Because we had the fume and smoke extractors were, like, straining. It was bad.
All right, story about that from a different funeral. So, have you ever heard echo taps?
Yeah.
Where they'll have the second trumpet that echoes.
Yeah.
I watched a large department try to do that once. And this person had been in the military before. They'd been in the Marines, so they had a professional 21 gun salute set up by the local Marine Corps post. And the individual on the echo trumpet set up too close to those guys. So they do the 21 gun salute. The first trumpet starts, and the second one makes a duck noise because he's dying from all of the cordite or black powder or whatever they had in those blanks. And he can't breathe. He took in a giant gulp to start the taps and just started coughing into the trumpet.
I saw one that was really bad. Okay, I was at a funeral, and somebody's dad had been in the army, and his son was a trumpet player, and his son wanted to play taps. So his son's idea was, when they say, we're going to lower the casket, what have you, his son was going to get up with his trumpet and run over to a position away from everyone and start playing taps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what happens. He runs with his trumpet hits a slick thing of grass with his dress shoes and eats it and whips the trumpet into another open grave. And there's just an awkward pause as he dives down in there to fish it out and then tries to play it, but it's all fucked up. And what sucked was the guy's mom was dying laughing at the graveside, and someone took a photo of him sitting with a fucked up trumpet behind his mom who is dying laughing at a funeral. And I said, that is the best picture in humanity. You need to publish that. It would make $1 million. They never did, but I have it locked in my brain. Don't rush a funeral.
No, don't rush a funeral.
You have plenty of time to figure this out. Plenty.
I think that's everybody.
So this is kind of like my generator boogaloo that I do in Hitman.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh, go get the quarter. There's a shiny quarter in that pile of bodies from that accident that keeps happening. And they're like, oh, a quarter. Then they die.
Is that where the helicopter came down?
Yeah,
Nice.
looks like a hardened building. What?
Oh, yeah. These are hardened buildings that have been smacked by
Analysis
something
complete.
fairly serious.
Analysis complete.
Oh, no, that's not the one I knocked down. That one just sits there. Okay.
All right. Can we go steal it?
Analysis complete.
I think so.
So we can't go have it.
Complete.
No, there's no helicopter. Oh, there's another one.
Huh.
To my knowledge, no helicopter flight mechanics in this game. Oh, look
You
at all
should go
this
put
stuff for me to steal.
You should go put sugar in the gas tank. That way someone gets in trouble. They're like, who put sugar in the gas? And they're like, it was that commando that ballooned everyone away. And they're like, you're going to get shot. That's not real. And it's like, no, it was the balloon commando. He also stole the BTR-80s.
Yeah, by the way, we need to order an entire regiment's worth of BTR-80s. Don't ask
We
me.
need some BTR-80s because the balloon commando stole them. Which BTR-80s are we ordering? The one with the Katyusha rockets.
Complete.
What? Yeah, you know how we had all those made? We need more.
Oh. They've
These are
got-
just for show.
Yeah, they've got fucking out sniper. They've got fucking
They put boots on them.
yeah, didn't pay my parking ticket boots on them. It's
I once saw someone drive with a boot on their car because they're like, the guy put a boot on the car. And they said, you can't drive. I just booted your car. And the guy said, we'll see about that. And drove until the wheel broke. Just skidded down the street like 100 yards.
see the old style boots. You could take the wheel off because I just grabbed the wheel. The newer style ones are a little bit more effective at preventing you from removing the wheel. Because I've seen that in like Kansas City, you'd see a wheel with a boot on it just on the sidewalk. Like
Yeah, somebody switched the tire. And
yeah,
was like,
somebody
nice
decided that getting away was worth their spare.
That is a lot of dedication. Because they still have your license and ID, right?
Typically, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't know,
they're
I
not
don't
gonna
deal with
just.
that shit. I'm not a municipal guy.
I'm just saying. I think the meter maid probably takes a few photos. Like I attached it to this car. Oh, the car's not there anymore. It's still guilty.
Yeah.
What if I wasn't at the scene of the crime?
Wasn't my car, officer.
That was a different car. I just happened to be missing the same wheel. What a coincidence.
Oh, hey, it's a Walker Bro.
Analysis complete.
God, that's gotta be just awful on the knees. Look at how much he bounces.
He's like, well, it was this or this.
Like, sure, I'd probably still prefer it over walking, but
It'd be funny if it was a really fat guy on it, you know?
it's a combat mobility scooter.
He's like, I'm gonna go get me some cheeseburger. All right, what's he doing? He's like, well, I'm not gonna go look at that guy because that guy's asleep and I'll get in trouble. Man, what a unique piece of equipment. That's a word I use to describe crap.
Did I hit you?
I heard a strange noise. And it'd be funny if the guy on the radio said, over that walking piece of shit, and he's like, how dare you? My mom thinks I'm cool.
Oh, he heard the fucking round hit the pavement behind him because I shot it over his head.
Analysis complete.
Comrade, I must inspect rocket BTR.
I shot you in the fucking spine. There we go. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What if you attached it to just his pants so it ripped him off like 10 feet in the air and he fell on his head?
Well, that would
I love
be
how
an
it wakes
indirect
him
way
up.
to do a murder.
Indirect murder.
Just fucking fall. There we go. Mind me.
Gotta get to your combat position.
Yeah, this.
Oh, good lord.
Everybody knows that AK-74 rounds will knock you off your ass.
Oh yeah, man. They call it the poison bullet.
Please select a drop point.
Like, sure,
What if you-
yeah, it hurts, but it shouldn't propel me 8 feet like I'm in a Matrix movie and have been shot by a shotgun.
If they have R105Ms, which they would at this point in time, let's be honest,
Yeah.
and you wanted to infiltrate this base, all you'd have to do is get 2 of them, tune them to the right freak, and then clip them both into a parallel circuit and have them listen to each other. And you would hear them scream in echoes forever. There would be no way to tune it out. No squelch. They can't do anything. It'd just be like, why are we hearing ourselves, hearing ourselves, hearing ourselves, hearing ourselves?
Oh, yeah. Yep. You'd completely paralyze communications. As long
Until
as they
some-
stay on the frequency.
Yeah. And then you wait till they get out their phones so they burn out that circuit too. Why is the wire hot? Just find...
Comrade, why is the field phone wire hot?
Wow, that guy figured out that bullets hurt.
Yeah, that was not a good way to do that. You can't hit me, I'm running.
That's true. That makes you bulletproof in movies. Oh god. The screen's gonna tear.
Hey, puppy.
I love how the Russians use American Roadworks cones.
Yeah, yep. Ah!
5.56 notoriously ineffective against clothing.
Against knees. I was shooting those people from like the knees up.
That's why you do burpees. Burpees make them knees real tough, you know? Real tough knees in burpees.
Yeah. Actually, do you mind if we go to commercial real fast?
Yeah, let's go to commercial. I can take a bathroom break.
Yep, that's where I'm at. All right, we'll be right
All
back.
right, let's do it. Yeah, stay tuned.
Where's the other half? Oh shit!
Uh,
Oh,
whoa.
he's gone.
I must go. My people need me.
Yep, that's correct. That's what they do.
God, he even runs like a fucking stripper.
How many strippers have you seen run, deputy?
Oh, they're fast in heels, man. You gotta be careful.
Type of shitpost based Valhalla. An absurdist comedy club where all great shitposters exist. Where nothing is serious, where irony is the only language we speak. We go out into the world and we come back with new and greater extremities to dragging them in like a fresh kill so that we show them to other shitposters. And at the end of each day, the material is wiped clean and anew. The world is remade in new and more absurd ways, and the only way we can cope with it is through greater acts of shitposting. And this shall be our eternity. There might even be a feast of beans, terrible mac and cheese, pizza abominations, fucking carbonated sodas made of spaghetti. You have no idea. This could be ours. This could be our fate, and you are but one step from realizing this opportunity for yourself. I'm so proud.
All right, we're back.
Oh yeah. I had some sausage and I had some beverage, and now I am back.
We were gone for like a couple minutes. How do you get
Yeah,
sausage in?
Well, you gotta want it.
I guess.
Out of context, kind of weird, but supported in this one, I'm sure it's fine. I can eat
It started
dinner.
me all the way back here.
I can eat dinner in 3 minutes.
That's fair.
I've usually worked jobs where eating at the desk was unavoidable, or eating in the workspace was unavoidable. Even when I gunsmithed, I did that. I'd be like eating a sandwich over somebody's gun, and they're like, "You're hardly professional." I'm like, "Whose gun's broken?"
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had to eat very quickly, so I try to avoid it when I have the opportunity.
So let me ask this: have you ever watched the show Columbo?
Uh-huh.
How would you rate Columbo's portrayal of detective? Believable or too weird?
He's a little bit esoteric, but I mean, it's acceptable. None of his cases would hold up in court.
No, I was watching Columbo because I hadn't seen it since like Nick at Night reruns, as a kid. And I'm sitting there watching Nick Columbo, and I was like, "That's inadmissible." He just broke in, like he literally just broke into someone's house to say one more thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
without a warrant. That's bad. You in trouble, big trouble.
Yeah. Even if he knocked on the door, he'd be fine. That's consensual. If you answer the door when I knock, that's a consensual encounter.
My favorite is I was thinking that how weird would, like, okay, whenever I watch police procedurals or anything on TV, I sometimes you have brain off TV shows you watch or something. Just brain the fuck off. And you're watching a police procedural or something. And I'm I'm not one of these people who watches this stuff and goes, I could do better. I'm not that dumb. I'm not that conceited. I'm not ego driven. I'm never like, oh, I would have solved that thing. I'd be like, nah, I'd be stumped. Just like the audience. I would be stupid and stumped. But what I do think of is what would happen if the Magistratum Mundanus was there. So I was sitting there thinking of, of the leadership of the Magistratum Mundanus. You're pretty much it. Von Vogt was more or less the leader because no one else admitted that they were responsible.
Yeah.
So basically, that's your thing. And and everyone else found a ways of getting away with stuff. So I was wondering, what if you had a Columbo episode, but Von Vogt was in it?
Well, we'd probably burn down the crime scene, Come on, you guys can hear that noise. You guys can hear that noise. Yes, you can. There you go. You should investigate that noise.
I would love to see, okay, there was a Columbo murder, right?
Yeah.
And there was a lady who there was a guy who was found dead at the bottom of stairs. It was it was one of those English murder mystery episodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guy found murdered at the bottom of stairs. And they were like, his body's been moved. And there was a butler there who saw some of it but didn't say much. And then there were two actor-y types, Macbeth actor-y types, very, very preening and pretentious types.
Yeah.
And they had obviously been involved in it, but they were like, oh, how could you assume? And there was some stuff about a missing umbrella in a wax museum and a bunch of other tropes. But here's my question. The Magistratum Mundanus is called to a rich person's house, right? There's a dead person at the bottom of the stairs. And the butler is like, oh, who knows what could have happened? What does Von Vogt do? What would Vogt do?
Well, clearly those stairs are evidence. I'm taking those.
You're taking the stairs.
The
okay,
stairs.
Got it. Yeah, okay, so the MRAP gets backed up into the staircase, and you take the stairs. Got it.
Yep, everybody is going for interrogation, because I never got
Everyone-
that skill, and I really wanted to.
I know you put a lot of points into it. Yeah, okay.
And, we just keep ratcheting up the intensity of the interrogation until somebody says something up.
You're just like, I will hit you as a car if you do not tell me everything.
Yeah. Gonna road haul you behind the MRAP until you're nothing but a pelvis and a belt.
I just imagine that scene in Dune, put your hand in the box, Paul Atreides. And you put the hand in the box, and he's like, what is it? And he's like, thank you for putting your hand in the box. And he just hits a button on it, and it locks their hand in the box, and then he just takes a blowtorch to it. Put your hand in the toaster. Oh, that helicopter knows where you are.
It does. No, get in the walker. Get in the walker. Stop laying down. Get in the walker. God damn it.
Snake dead.
It's because I ran out of suppressor, and that guy fired his fucking rifle at me.
Greg Lack tears his face off.
Yeah.
Greg Lack listens to him for 30 seconds, and he just goes, lies!
I will never talk to anybody that isn't on the scene. Because clearly everybody that's important is there.
For the sequel to the Mundanus, I may grab a bunch of stuff from Columbo. Just take beloved sequences and just see how you guys ruin them. Frog will know your innocence. Frog croaks and you hear a gun cock.
See, I want to see Columbo try to do modern crimes. I want him to walk into a garage and there's a guy with his face eaten off and he's like,
One more thing. Throws up.
That can be the heavy-handed bath salts episode.
It's better than, what was it? God, what's the show where Ice-T comes out and says, it's called blah, 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 all the kids are doing it, and it's just made up nonsense?
Yeah, I never got into that one.
I've watched a handful of true crime, or, crimey shows, and I just start laughing when I'm like, that's illegal. You can't just take people's stuff and be like, this is evidence, because you can't just declare that. You can't just, like, go through their fridge and start eating stuff and go, this is evidence.
Yeah.
I have to see if this is poison. Hold on, let me make a sandwich. You can't Scooby-Doo your way through stuff. Law and Order SUV.
Yes.
SVU, one of those.
SUV's better.
It is. We only do vehicle crime pertaining to vehicles with a curb weight over 4,000 pounds.
But without a cargo bed. You see a light explode and you're like, oh yeah, it's not those Soviet light bulbs.
If I saw a light explode, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to think a bullet did it. I'm going to think that light sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I had a light explode once. And it was one of the funniest fucking things in the world. It was one of those giant fluorescent tubes.
Mm-hmm.
And it exploded in a chem lab in college. And it went bang.
Why the fuck am I not able to hit these guys?
And in the dark, the professor said, what does anybody know about mercury vapor? And we all died laughing and ran out of the room.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake? Snake!
Snack.
Just one more thing. Would you like some flies 5 minutes from now? The walls begin to bleed.
And someone starts flying up toward the ceiling and explodes.
Yeah, the fact that we managed to avoid any real consequences for all that magic.
You guys got so fucking lucky with the magic and Doom. Like, you really did.
Law and Order is technically the same universe as X-Files. Is it?
Yeah, they've had some crossover character, I believe.
That is, desperate.
It typically is.
Supply drop complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
So, first things first. We're just gonna get the Carl G out now.
No more asking. We are the one who knocks.
Knocking.
That's what we
yeah.
do.
Reselect a drop point. Supplies requested.
Oh, bullshit, you saw me.
Supply drop complete.
Just RPG everything. They have given up their right to breathe. Watch him survive.
I think he did. Yeah, he survived and fell asleep.
Not for long. You're gonna get rollerblade therapy.
Why is the helicopter making beeping noises?
He's got it in reverse, and that's the collision sensor. Oh dear. It appears he brought a helicopter to a Carl Gustav fight. Ah, yes, it's Bat Radar.
It's what you get.
Enemy presence detected.
I'm not up to date on Strange New Worlds. I'll get there.
I haven't started watching it yet.
Good parts, bad parts. It's more good than bad. It's certainly
Okay.
a lot more correct than Picard season 1 and 2. Picard season 3 is like the continuation or TNG movie we wanted and never got. 1 and 2, avoid. Discovery might as well have been called Lost in Space. It feels like a completely different sci-fi show, and I'm fine with that. It just doesn't feel like Star Trek. A lot of the characters are incredibly over-emotional. The dialogue is hit and miss. Strange New Worlds has been more good than bad. A lot of old school kind of Star Trek-y feel to it. Some of the stuff is a bit heavy-handed. They don't know how to cloak stuff necessarily in the same layers that they did with the original series. There's one episode, and I hope, like, spoilers. There's one episode with a court scene where they literally could have found the ruling and definition in a book on law that they reference at the very end. They're just like, well, it says here's the rule all along, and this applies. And I'm like, what in the cinnamon toast fuck? Like, you think that there would be some discovery or, pulling of court precedent for this case, and it's just in the last 5 seconds, just like, oh, well, it was in the book all along.
Wow.
Yeah. I like the Orville. I think the Orville's good, but like the latest season of it is trying to be a different kind of show altogether, and it's not funny anymore. It's just like, oh, it's sci-fi.
Oh, they're
There's
doing the Archer thing.
Pretty much, and the CGI budget is really good, like way better than a haha funny show should be. By the end of it, the CGI budget is amazingly good.
All right.
Oh, save the game. Save the game before you start the control
I
box fun.
can't. That's the last checkpoint, so it puts me back there regardless. Oh, they're still launching flares. Good for them.
Got to maintain coverage. $14 minutes to 2:04.
204. We'll see if we're still plagued by the 204 bug.
It
We
happens.
lose like 30 or 40 people every time that happens.
Well, it's because people see that and they say the show is dead. The show is dead. It will never be back. Wow. Stretch, posture check, water break, pet,
Oh,
and
good
eye
lord.
break. Okay, hold on. Oh. All right.
Yeah. Are you gonna come turn the power on? Yeah.
That's my shoulder.
Ugh.
Don't get old. Wait, who's petting who? Don't worry about it. We're good friends.
We're very, very close friends.
There's a certain point where your friendship, there's nothing you can do that would shock the other person. Where you're just like, you come home and they're on fire, but they're not in danger. They're just on fire now. And you're like, oh, that's new. Is that a power, or like, is this temporary, or, like you just, whatever. Doesn't
Yeah.
bother you. Yeah, real friends give each other head pats. You're like, oh, you lovable scamp. No, I'd say real friendship is chasing after the ice cream truck barefoot for your friend who wants one of those cursed SpongeBob ice cream with the gumball eyes that are always like bleeding. You know what I'm
Lives in
talking
your
about.
nightmares and feeds on your tears.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I was gonna say ice cream from the ice cream truck is almost as expensive as Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, it's up there.
Because you'd be like, how much is an ice cream cone? $80. I brought it all the way to your house. It's frozen solid.
Because I keep my temperature way too low.
I remember always as a kid seeing the pictures on the side of the ice cream truck, and I thought foolishly to myself that is in fact the ice cream I would receive.
Yeah.
That was not true. That was not true at all. That was not the ice cream I would receive.
No.
Instead, I would get, like, you'd be like, oh wow, is that Spider-Man with gumball eyes? And you'd pay for it. And you'd get your Spider-Man. Except one of the eyes would be 4 inches lower than the other one, and the paint has bled, so it looks like a tear in reality. And you're like, hey, would you like Spider-Man? I saw the Spider-Man meme before the internet, and it was those ice creams just as a kid. They were all fucked up. It was like Spider-Man by Dolly, you're right.
Yeah.
It's representative of the Spider-Man.
A balloon just pulled a friendly into the air. We likely have an intruder.
Sometimes balloons happen. Why aren't the guys on patrol coming over? With the robots.
Because sand. It's sandy and they hate sand.
It gets coarse, it's everywhere.
I mean, you gotta figure with Soviet belt technology, because Soviet belts are awful. They're made of like rubber. It looks sort of like leather. But
Comrade,
they stopped using leather in like the 60s. I don't care if you
50%.
survive. Yeah, that's better than my my lottery odds.
Yeah, that's why there's 2 of them.
One of them will make it. We're gonna go bully this man.
Oh, he's a bit out there.
Yeah, he's still out here checking the area where I downed the helicopter.
He's like, uh-oh. Muad'Dib. Wouldn't it be funny if he said, what is the name of the, mouse in the moon, that shape in the moon in Dune? And as he points, he says, what's the name of that? And the guy's like, Moon? What's the name of that? Moon, my duke. Ah, yes. You may call me Moon. What if you knock these guys out and put nicotine patches on them? So when they woke up, they were just extra irritable. You just put nicotine patches on them and they're all extra irritable.
Yeah. Alright. I'm not going to get greedy. I'm not going to go down into the vehicle maintenance area at all. Mainly because I don't want to have a fucking sniper duel in there again with 80 dudes.
Send the robots to the moon.
Yeah, we're taking the robots with us.
Just put them on Russian Etsy.
It's Retsy.
Retsy. It's a pletsy. I stand on the table when I pick things up on it. I remember on one Space Station 13 server years ago, it was one of the best interactions I ever had, was I asked this guy if he was the doctor on duty, and he had pliers in his hand, and there were teeth in them. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he goes, yes, why do you ask? And I said, No reason, and I left. I figured I would rather die in maintenance than get involved in whatever he had going on. There's not a malady in Space Station 13 that requires you to pull people's teeth out with pliers. But he was doing it. It's like, are you the doctor? Yes. All right, I'm leaving.
You are under the bridge. You can't see him.
I think the trees may have stopped your magic bullets.
I believe they did.
Oh no, it's that pipe. The pipe did it.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I can't see shit. There he is. Fucker.
Russian soldiers, when cornered, speak Elder tongue.
Yeah, you're all pretty far away. None of you see that.
They just hear screaming in the distance every few minutes.
Yeah? I scream, you scream, we all scream. That was luck.
It does feel like luck.
Alright, get on your way, Sleeping Beauty.
Bah!
Supplies requested.
Coming too. Roger that.
So the only thing I'm going to go after there is I'm going to go after that guy on the walker.
Supply
All right.
complete.
Because I can sell it. For money. No, I legitimately never use those things.
Why would you? I mean, as a minigun, right? But you also have machine guns, and it seems like they could just shoot you off it.
Yeah. You get one that talks here in a little bit. Which the
That's
first time
great.
I played this game, I completely missed getting it. Because I was like, oh, it's going to follow me. It didn't follow me. It stayed in the warehouse.
Oh. That sounds pretty shit.
That was a little bit shit, but... Again, I didn't miss it, because I don't use them. And like, Hal's father... I forget what his first name is, but this Emmerich has some scenes where he interacts with it, and it's goofy and like a PG-13 way.
Some will arrive.
But he just doesn't do that if you don't have the robot.
The guard detail in Soviet outpost changes in the morning too. Watch yourself.
Oh, look at that guy. Very observant guy. Right in the metal of the helmet. You just pinned it to his head with that dart.
No, it pings off because he's wearing a helmet. The SSH-60 is well known for its ballistic capability.
I thought it was known for being a chalk for the UAZ-469.
Eventually, I'm gonna hit him. There he is. Oh, come on.
Sleepy.
Oh, yeah. Now,
No. What
whatever
was it?
could be the matter?
There's just a weird dog over here.
to Carl Gustav.
It's time now.
So it is powerful enough that it can just pierce their skull cap, deliver an instant knockout blow. But not powerful enough to pierce metal about as thick as a jerry can in the 40s. Also, it can get through the 6B 2 and 3s pretty okay. Sneak. I do appreciate the little armored unit marking on the side. That's a nice touch.
It is, but you know that would just be spray painted.
Yeah.
It would literally just be like primer.
All right, where am I going? I'm going to this central office. That's right. Gonna need to order more supplies because my suppressor's awful.
Drop point.
We'll dump it right there.
Supplies requested.
203.51, 203.53, 203.55, 203.57.
Helicopter requested.
Alright, are we back?
It seems like we may be back. I'm not sure.
Are
Yep,
we
we back. We
We're
are
back.
back at
We're
2:05:30.
Nice.
Don't worry
That's
about
124 minutes on the dot.
it. On the dot. Holy and shit, right?
Man,
You
we're already
came
getting
back
a
to alarms.
helicopter on the ground. Yeah, I got spotted by a sniper on that building.
I'm not gonna say the fat lady's singing, but she's certainly ready to make some money. Oh, look at all those guys. They're all standing in a row? What was their deal?
Well, they were.
Yeah.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Anytime, Pequod. Now you're just gonna hover there playing music.
Yeah, part of that psyop.
There we go.
The creepiest cover of that song. Oops, I did it again. It sounds horrible, but I love it. People ask what the BPL is like, and I'm like, this.
Yeah. And look, the sniper's learning that 5.56 will actually reach a couple, 100 yards.
It can. I've seen it happen.
On occasion, it is known to.
It helps to have a full-size barrel.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, I like my shorties. It's like, nah.
No, they are fine if all you intend to do is shoot minute of hallway and, under 100 meters. I've pushed them out to about 300, and I can get good hits at 300 on a 10-inch barrel.
Well, sure. You can, but what I'm saying is not designed for.
No, absolutely. You're making compromises.
It's one of those things of like saying, yeah, my lowrider can haul 4,000 pounds of gravel. And you're like, but come on. Sleeping gas, huh?
Fuck it, drop some sleeping gas mortar rounds on them. I'm sure that'll do them.
I'm
good.
sure it's sleeping gas. It just doesn't have a skull and crossbones on it.
want to see this happen.
Commence shortly.
All right, let's see what happens as they sit over there. They're like, surely no one has sleeping gas.
No.
Oh dear, it's sleeping gas.
Man. Whoever could have guessed?
It's skull and crossed pillows.
Outpost captured.
Oh, shit, was that the last person alive? Yeah,
Yeah.
he expired from his bullet wounds.
I think you cleaned the base out, man.
I have to do it once more on my way back out after the cutscene. It's gonna replenish all of these people that I didn't intend on killing. You know what that means, though? I get free reign on Shit-Taha.
That's true.
Like, I should have brought a truck so that I could, just drive around.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You know, we flipped so many of those trailers in SnowRunner.
Yeah, I know. I saw it and started to cringe internally.
Do you know what SnowRunner needs? It needs the Shagohon.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't need anything else for you to torture me with. It doesn't need Tippy Truck Senior. It doesn't need Tippy Truck. It doesn't need Unicycle. It doesn't need Shagohot. I thought that was gonna fall and crush your dog and you all at once, like dropping an anvil on a baby.
Nah,
Map has been updated.
that is a really strong magnet. At least there's a magnet on this one.
There's a magnet. You attach it to the door. The strongest part of the structure is the door.
Yep.
Service truck. Yeah.
Service truck is
Serv-
wonderful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
That little
Service truck is
Tatra.
where it's at. Oh hell yes.
The big Tatra is pretty useful too.
Yeah, I know. I actually like that.
It's just achingly slow.
Yes.
So if you go in first person and you watch the speedometer, its average cruising speed is about 15 miles an hour. Top speed downhill with a load of concrete is 35.
Yeah, that sounds about right, you know.
The
Too bad
visi-
you can't just take this.
Yeah, the visibility out of the cockpit here looks like it would be awful. 'Cause those...
You know what I would do is I would take like a sock and just jam it all the way down that barrel.
They've got
that
the
or
plug
I-
in
I-
place, but not the cover on the optic systems.
I would take that optic and I would take a piece of like steel wool and just go over it once or twice.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're like, man, all I can see is cataracts.
let's go trigger this fucking cutscene.
The map has
Hey,
been
wait.
updated.
Map has been updated.
I know I saw it. There it is. Can I shoot the propane tank?
Whoa!
Disappeared?
No, it's back.
I guess it's something inert.
That's where they keep the xenon gas.
What are you growling at, dog?
Dog no like xenon gas.
Okay, that's probably fair. Alright.
And it'd be funny if you had a balloon you could put on somebody that was just enough to make their tippy toes touch the ground and they had to bounce around. It was awkward, you know? They keep
Yeah.
trying to, like, you know, squirm, but no.
What is this framework doing for this building?
I don't know. It's
Does the framework slide too?
maybe
What's this
I-
track for?
I'm starting to see architecture things I don't like.
How would it slide when that's in the way? Does it collapse?
But I
See any collapsing
what's it
joints?
what's it braced on?
It doesn't even touch the wall.
This is that Cthulhu geometry they warned us about. Yeah, let's leave.
Are those just an additional blast door for the main blast door?
Yes, it's that see-through blast door. It's the enemy will think it's a shield. It's invisible. Let's leave. It weirds me out.
Okay.
Blow up that radar. That looks expensive. I know it's not, but I feel they'll miss it.
Man, they replace them fast. You'd figure they'd cost anything at the speed they replace them.
If you blew up 4 or 5 radar sets, that unit would be without radar for months.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance.
I do like
Why
how
isn't that
incredulous?
why-
Like, you, the world's best soldier, recognize this massive piece of equipment?
Why would you destroy a radar, Snake? That's a waste. But it should help us sometimes.
Now, if you could steal the radars and just have like 80 of them parked on top of Mother Base and sterilize anybody that flies over.
You're like, uh-oh, hope you're like KU band. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, you
Hey,
hit
you
'em
ever-
with all the units at once and their fillings start to vibrate.
Their eyes start to glow and the helicopter they're flying in stops working immediately. What flag is that?
Well, you know, it's the brown flag of Afghanistan, clearly.
I mean, do you think some guy's like, oh, it's funny, I put a flag up, and it's like, is it supposed to mark something like that's the smoke pit, and that's just the tar?
It was white. That should be all the giant stuff that I can steal.
You've done your part.
Soviets love the darn things.
Soviets love the darndest things. Like standing in lines for stuff.
Isn't this the one I'm supposed to be in?
This looks really nice in here. Air conditioned and, you know, no sand in here.
Where's Emmerich?
It's probably in the corner pissing.
Well, but that would require him, you know, not want to pee himself.
He loves to pee. It's in his character bio. Warning, loves pissing. Metal Gear. Otacon. That's why you wear the eye patch. It's very bright out.
Yeah, yeah.
Planned expansion Compromago placed.
Alright, I really thought it was that one, but I guess it's this one? Fine.
I guess.
Ooh.
Oh,
Everyone
cool.
knows the Soviets loved Quonset huts. They're well known for them.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cozy looking, those, because they got the stone front. You know, yeah. So they just have porcelain sinks they bring to the field.
I guess. Is this the field?
Well, it's not Russia.
Fair. Oh yeah, it's gotta be this one. The vents are open.
The
Ah, yeah,
dog
there he
found
is.
weapon.
There he is. We found him, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found him. Now, Snake, drink that tractor diesel.
I can't steal this one. There we go. Let me thieve.
David, this is the BPL Zoo. You're watching it. We are just a bunch of weirdos and degenerates, and this is the zoo. Please bring peanuts to feed us. You know, I haven't had peanuts in a while.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid liking, you know, like the honey roasted peanuts, and then airplanes stopped serving them. And I was like, you know what? I don't like them anymore, and I don't know why. I thought they were the good. When did airplanes decide that we don't get like honey roasted peanuts anymore. Like, was that just a conscious decision? They're like, no.
Yes, it was. It was around the same time that cashews became cheaper, and they decided to make the seats smaller.
Have you seen the double-decker airplane seating?
Yes.
Where they're like, you could get pink eye from a stranger.
Where do you get that 1911 from, Snake?
I would have the Carl Gustav in one hand, because I'd be like, if you surprise me, we all die.
Yeah, exactly.
Snag?
It's not you, is it?
Hey! It's just a machine.
That's the entire reason he's got those legs.
Yeah, he really is trying to blast his ass while working at work. He's like, I'm trying to hold the squat for 8 hours.
Dr. Emmerich.
Snake? Hey, what gives?
What gives? Don't steal me, I'm scared. I'm gonna start peeing.
Now bring him back to Mother Base.
All right.
Give me
Just put
back
him
my
outside.
legs. Yeah, see, here's the talkie robot. You can tell it's different because it's got a head on it.
Ah.
Let's use the walker gear I developed to escape. There's a special one here at the lab. Only I can activate it, and I'll tell you how to operate it.
Ignore Emmerich. We don't need his wind-up toys. It is a long way there. Why don't you use them?
I love that people just argue.
Yeah.
Does that have dials in it? Is that like a analog gauge?
I'll start it up. Get this off me.
It's not
You weren't-
plastic. It's like
Yeah,
a
you weren't
pillowcase.
choking him. He's claustrophobic and he's a serial pisser.
They're single pilot machines.
Take that, robot leg piss pants. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
we got to get the cool shot of the robot with the fucking
Wow.
Walmart scanner on the front of its face.
Scanner gear. Who cares? Shut up.
It hasn't been deployed. I was doing mobility testing. Once the walker gear is finished,
He doesn't say anything to that. Rattle off minigun. He's like, anyways, my robot just like an anime. Who's that guy? He seems very chill.
It was a decoy.
Ah.
He's developing a secret weapon. What's Cypher's interest in this? I don't know.
Whatever.
I can't imagine what they would want with a new weapon system.
So how do you need to pick him up with a robot?
I thought I did, but what else do I do? I heard noises outside. It's not a good
Don't worry
sign.
about it. It's probably something you can't avoid and very pretentious. It's
9 years ago, we invited that nuclear inspection team to Mother Base.
No, I want to drop him. Drop him.
Cypher's strike force. It was Emmerich who brought them there.
Are you sure?
Boss, don't forget Emmerich. You need to bring him back with you.
Hold on.
uh-huh, yeah, but I gotta get this metal. I need it for my braces. Troubleman says, Kojima saw a standing lawnmower and was like, yes.
Yeah. You know what I really want? Just because it is kind of dumb in the right direction, is one of
What?
the auto mowers, where it's like a Roomba but a lawnmower.
Here's what I want. I want to go buy like 80 old shitty mowers, right?
Yeah.
I want to get like 80 old shitty mowers, and I want to just tie them up behind my riding mower, and then just pull them in like a V everywhere I go.
Support helicopter has arrived.
I love that as a little hand, so it can like shake your hand before minigunning your face off. It's very nice.
Yeah, but oh.
Oh wait, see? Right there. There you go.
There we go.
Just grabs him by the neck.
Oh, that looks really comfy.
He'll get over it. If he wanted it to be better, he should have given it with like a baby Snuggie handler that you could like duct tape to the front. Like, you know, like a 8-point harness.
Take this bag off, will you? I can't breathe. You came to save me, right? I'm dying in these things.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You think you're dying, but you're not. You're just a guy.
After 9 years, you finally paid. Snake, I thought we were on the same team. All for
Yeah, so did I until you made robots for the Russians and the skull face guy with the Zorro mask. Anyways. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Man, this seems like it would kill your back and ass all at once.
Yeah. Like, this is a Nordic Trek style workout.
That helicopter.
That fucking helicopter.
That fucking helicopter.
You think you're dying, but you're not. I think someone told me that when I was tripping one time. Probably. Oh no! It's the Sahelanthropus for breaths.
How did it get here?
It fell out of the sky. Oh no!
You didn't put it up there. Who did?
The next
That guy?
Yeah.
Sahelanthropus? How?
So that's the Metal Gear he built for the Soviets.
Impossible. It can't be.
You know, it has articulating joints that are
Useless as I
decades more advanced than the Metal Gear Rex.
Sahelanthropus.
Don't worry about it.
You and your friend will die here. Behold, today is the day.
Man, I love all these secret organizations that have their organization painted on the side, mine included.
Branding is very important these days.
Seems like a really good way to get your shit caught in the rotors. Oh well.
It's important you die, so I'm going to leave and hope this thing works the first time it's ever been used. Later.
Extraction. Support helicopter.
Emeric's extraction comes first. Head for the LZ.
Don't mind me.
Serpentine. What a shitty robot.
Oh, no, that was
Okay.
pretty good.
Wow.
That was a good smack. A Fulton extraction would be dicey. I'm getting chased by giant robot.
Yeah, and you already used the Fulton in front of the giant robot.
Twice when I was trying to get on the tiny robot because it moves faster. Don't reload, pick him up, and run.
Run! Run, Legolas!
With your Lego legs.
Yeah, just see if this thing can cross terrain all right. Not a lot of inner sphere mechs can very well. They're not very well designed.
I think it's launching missiles at me.
Is it?
I heard what I thought was missile launch noises.
Well, it seems to be very bad logic, you know.
Mind me, I'm just running. Hey, D-Dog,
Maybe-
you wanna find that robot for me? Find the enemy, bud?
that moment, the dog became a grease stain. Watch this thing just walk into the power lines and die.
You should have
All
told me
right.
that before.
All right, hide behind the thing and just wait.
I had lost him. You son of a bitch. He was looking the other direction.
Wow. It seems like when they built this thing, they never thought about the enemy having, like, air power. Just stay there. Just stay low and crawl and let it get confused. Because as tape memory, it'll run out.
What if I just leave him here? Have fun.
He'll be alright. Just lay down.
No way he can see me, right?
As soon as you moved up, he turned.
Yeah, he's at the LZ. I'm just
Yeah, just run behind a different rock and wait.
working on the giant robot guy.
One crisis at a time, sir. Pet the dog, it's scared. There's a giant robot out there.
I'd be scared if I were a dog dealing with giant robot things.
It seems to not understand the helicopters above it.
That helicopter's got anti-tank missiles on it. It really would help in this situation.
I wonder if its top armor is as strong as the rest of it. Doubt.
That sounded fun.
What about some smoke grenades?
Oh, hold on.
Watch it hit the high power line, high transmission power line, and just die. That would be hilarious.
It's like dogs, it can't look up. Could a single Xenonaut squad beat this Metal Gear?
Yes. Oh, yes. The tube!
Hatchet Man would have beaten this robot to pieces by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would.
Don't mind me.
Oh, no, it's deployed water heaters.
And it seems like if we had that kind of technology in 84, we'd have very different 80s, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Oh, it sees you now. Yeah, pretty sure we had water heaters in 84. Yeah, let's see if your electrical can handle 140 kilovolts. I think I know how to defeat this thing, and it's gonna be sad. Just a little bit of axle grease under its feetsies. I don't think it can fall 10 stories and be okay.
Well, doesn't seem to care about Carl Goose stuff.
No, no, it don't.
What about Chaff?
Yeah, let's give it some bonkers stuff. Oh, cool. We figured out. Yeah. It seems like, it's like War of the Worlds.
Left the scorch mark. No, it didn't.
I ruined the paint, did you? No. Run back across the road. It's confused. See? It has to use its robot skills to try to figure out stuff, I guess. It doesn't have good robot deductive logic and reasoning. It's a very bad robot. It's running on like 8 bits of memory.
You lost him. You need to focus, boss. Get the target to the RV.
I'm at the RV. We're gonna see if maybe, you know, smoke clouds help me hide from it.
Oh god.
Strike will commence shortly.
Oh,
Holy shit.
you can't see me. You can't see me. You don't see me.
I'd say chaff it again and then run.
Please select
Oh,
Run!
yeah.
Legolas!
Turns out that while you're in that fucking menu, it can still fucking find you.
It's moving.
Yeah, it is.
please select strike requested.
It seems mad.
Anytime, John.
And any time, guys. Oh, there you go. Just run around the bend. Like, yeah, run up the road. And keep chaffing it as it moves around. Just keep hitting it with it.
Please select strike requested.
Let's just keep hitting reset on that, you know, power button. See what happens. Come on.
Maybe if we power cycle it enough, we'll blow a fuse or something.
Strike will commence shortly.
Anytime.
Just
Stay alert. You're not out of the woods yet. Get behind something.
I'm behind something?
Please
More
select
chaff.
strike requested.
Dog seems unbothered. Dog is like, this is the best day ever. Dog's having a good time.
He is.
Oh god.
God, he moves fast.
Looks like you lost him. You've got
Okay.
Please select
the target to the RV.
Give me half a second. Let's get the... I think that's...
Oh. That's it. He's CP. No.
Fuck.
shortly. Strike
Stand by.
Come on. Okay, chaff's coming in. Chaff's coming in. Come on, chaff.
Yes.
Alright, the chopper's touching down. Don't waste any time getting on board. And don't forget Emmerich.
It'd be funny if we just put a balloon on him, wouldn't it?
Come on.
Oh god.
Come on.
Oh god.
Oh, it's
So
gotta
close and
be-
yet so far.
It's gotta be this side.
Time to leave. Scare. It can't look up, it's like a dog.
Here it comes. Use the chopper's minigun. Shake 'em off.
Man, if only they'd put like an SA-9 or something on the roof of this.
Why are we hovering? Just fly away. What am I supposed to be shooting? Ow.
That. Man, who knew its weakness was bullets?
If it's weak to minigun rounds, I think that the Carl Gustav should have done something. Don't look at it, just leave.
Upright bipedal weapon. In terms of hominids, it's a Sahelanthropus. How did they complete it without me?
We'll hear the rest back at base.
Yeah,
It'd be
Black
funny if you
Hawk's,
lowered
like, banking like that.
You just lower that mask over his face and you punch him like 12 times. Because at no point did he tell you the weakness.
Yeah, you drop the mask, you pat him on the face once. It's only weak to American weapons.
Oh.
Arrived at Mother Base.
Yeah, shrapnel brain.
Development project has been added.
We found a lot of stuff.
Mission complete.
Secretly, it wasn't the bullets. It just had one heat sink and 99 tons of machine gun ammo.
That's fair. Codename Octopus.
Yeah, because I used the
Rank.
helicopter.
Right, rank C for could do better.
We got paid $173,000. That cost us $532,000.
Yeah, because our chaff is gold.
It's gold flake.
It's gold flake.
All right, we are up against time for Mr. Quiz.
Yeah.
It is 6:41.
All right, so it'll be Mr. Quish with Cooking on the Rim next.
Yeah.
Thank you all for supporting and thank you for checking in to see how we're doing, which is awkward. We're very awkward people.
Yeah, it's good to be back to Metal Gear Mondays. So.
Metal Gear Mondays! Next week, I guess we could tippy truckers. God, why did I say that? Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. It hurts.
All right. Now, hold on. We'll do the cutscene.
Room 101.
In his.
And then there's a short and he dies.
Why do you suspect me? What did I do? I'm on your side. What about him?
You asked us to believe you. This is what this process looks like. My beret is too tight and I don't know how to shave.
Miller was in contact with Cypher 9 years ago. He was working with them. He's the traitor, Snake. What's that? More truth serum?
No. Stronger. Truth
Oh, please. Please keep me here.
Stronger truth serum?
Why didn't you start with the strong stuff?
Because we wanted to splash him with water. Now have some sodium thiopentothal. And he just starts admitting to things he didn't do. He's like, I was the one who caused Roswell. I was the shooter on the grassy knoll.
We all lost some.
I killed Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, good lord. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, no, your leg's already broken. Like, that was too far. That bent too far.
Remember when they used the truth serum and they didn't let that set up to use? They just, they didn't
Back to
condition.
the torture?
You have to commit to a single form of interrogation. You can't get out a polygraph and truth serum and electrodes and a hammer. Choose one. Just choose one. You didn't even let it work. Medication takes a while to work, dumbass. That beret is on wrong.
He's wearing a red tie with his... I think that's a Royal Marine shirt and jacket.
He's a weirdo. Let's put him in a stress position and use truth serum and yell at him and splash water at him.
And break his leg. It's still sticking out.
There's no proof yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen to this later.
Ocelot's like, yeah, that hurts, don't it, buddy? Because he's just
You
cool
bet.
as a cucumber. He's not allowed to have any empathy.
We'll have him continue his research in there. It's for his own good.
You would have thought Huey would have put a stop in the leg so that couldn't happen. Even like
Yeah.
accidentally, right?
Well, yeah, because like hydraulics are fucky.
Yeah, they were making his robo legs break his meat leg.
Here, Snake, have my mixtape, and it's just fire. It's just a bunch of stuff that he sings over from the radio that he recorded live.
No, I am the Lindbergh baby.
You just give him a whole bunch of drugs and leave the room. Is he still alive? Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah, the Lolly Lule Low took Ocelot's emotions.
He claims that what they're doing in Africa is the missing piece. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Oh no! He said the thing. He said the thing, boys and girls. He said the
Not
thing.
just another nuke. He said the line.
All right. There's a tape we'll never listen to.
Yep. Oh, now I can make the dog bark.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh,
Hungry
radar
squirrel.
guy.
Uh-huh. Greedy whale. Well, it's like what you call someone in a casino.
Frigid crab.
Terrible.
Howling jackal.
That sounds like a court charge.
Vile tiger.
Oh,
who's an
that sounds like some-
anti-ballistic missile engineer.
That sounds like something from the 20s. Oh, that vile tiger. All right. Uh-huh. Okay. Razor hyena. Uh-huh. Okay. Bullet serpent. I'm a snake that shoots guns. A cannibal buffalo is like a Caves of Cud bad guy. Bullet mastiff. A dog that barks and bees come out.
Sadistic husky. That guy looks like
Okay.
he chose that name.
Yeah, he does. They should have called it balding. I'm vampire slug. If Oddly sounds cooler in Russian, right? He's like, I am vampire
Fantastic.
slug.
Greedy buffalo.
Uh-huh.
Who's a
okay.
surgeon, but was patrolling dust in Afghanistan.
Not a good one.
Frigid dingo. Didn't we already get him?
I don't know. That sounds like a TV show.
Smoking gator.
Hey man, welcome to Smoking Gator. On this YouTube channel, I make barbecue in my underwear.
Frantic
A friend-
slug.
I am Frantic Slug.
Roaring moose.
That's real. That's
Who's
real.
an Uzbek surgeon.
Blazing Hawk. That sounds like an American gladiator.
Stone crow.
I'm Stone Crow Steve Austin.
Grizzly
Og. It just could be somebody's name. Deathworm. I am Deathworm. Look at my haircut. They call me the Lonely Worm. That sounds like a blues band. We're Lonely Worm, and this set is called I Can't Afford Rent. Hit it. They call me Doom Panther. Why did I do Romanian? I don't know. Vengeful Dragon, Howling Ram. Good lord.
Wild bat.
Wild Bat. Uh-huh.
I extracted a lot of people.
You found a lot of people laying around. Uh-huh. Hulking Marlin. What?
Roaring buzzard.
Uh-huh.
Panzer,
Panzer Hippo.
Look at his eyebrows.
Yes. The secret weapons, a Panzer Hippo. Grey Viper, Sinister Harrier. Yeah, most of them were. Brutal. That's a wrestler. I'm Brutal Boa.
That's
Yeah.
a jobber name.
Yeah, it is. Razor Eel.
Creeping bison. They like the bison here.
Yeah, they do. Creeping slug.
Punching
How many
mastiff.
people did? How many? It's one of them punching mastiffs. Bastard shark, the great American bastard shark.
Who's
What is a
liquid
carbon
missile engineer?
What is that? That sounds like something LinkedIn advertises with 12 years of experience, and you're like, what is that job? Why does Lockheed Martin need 40 of them?
Steel mastiff is unsanitary.
That's gross. Yeah, well, these are all the people that are going to get blamed at the trial.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't let it be written, so let it be done. I am creeping bison. Larded
That's
orca?
terrible.
Did we miss that one?
Yeah, I don't even know. It's all the
Alright.
same to me.
Oh, hold on. We've got to refresh ourselves physically and mentally.
Oh, of course. Uh-huh.
They've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next
You taught him. Wait
Come
for
on.
it.
There we go.
Morale increased. He's like, thank you, boss. I'm going to need a neck brace now. That salute
doing
wasn't
my
crisp
part.
enough.
Oh,
Bond
just
with
kick the
D-Dog.
dog.
Wow.
You
That's
made
really
me
jerk.
kick my fucking dog. Fuck you.
His name is now Sleeping Coma. Drools while standing. All right.
All right, we're gone, guys. See ya.
See you guys later.